rumble with a Crip gang member from South Central. Knight claims he only tried to break it up.
If somebody gets seriously hurt, I definitely will be getting sued. It'd be embarrassment to the company, it'd be embarrassment to myself, and it'd also be a possibility of me being violated my probation, that I don't want to be incarcerated. I'd like to be on the streets.
But prosecutor Bill Hodgman noted Knight never contacted his probation officer about the fight, and that he could just as easily have walked away from it.
My first instinct of learning from my past history of being involved in violent activities is to break it up.
Knight is already on probation after a 1995 conviction for pulling a gun on another rap artist, firing a shot, and threatening to kill him if he ever crossed Knight again. It is now up to Judge J. Stephen Zulger to determine if Knight violated that probation here in Vegas last September. And if Suge Knight and his battery of attorneys are unsuccessful in selling the court his version of events, the judge could send Knight back to prison for as long as 9 years. In downtown Los Angeles, Chris Blatchford.
27 more judges ruled Knight violated probation on an earlier assault charge. And as Chris Blatchford reports, it means one of music's most powerful men could spend 9 years in prison.
Marion Suge Knight sat and watched with a glum look on his face as his attorney David Kenner made a last-ditch effort to keep the Death Row Records boss out of prison.
We now see Mr. Knight
Once more, showing this videotape of a rumble at the MGM Hotel in Las Vegas, Kenner insisted it shows Knight trying to break up the fight. But prosecutor Bill Hodgman, in his closing statement, argued Knight clearly was an aggressor in the attack on a rival Crip gang member.
It was a violation of the law, and in turn, he violated a condition of his probation, and I asked this court to find just that.
And Judge J. Stephen Zulger, explaining he watched the videotape another 24 times in his chambers, agreed it is very clear Knight was an active participant in the assault.
I do find a violation of probation. I also keep in mind, I think the way he left the scene evidenced a consciousness of guilt. I think he had been involved in an assault, and the way he left the scene causes me to believe that he knew exactly what it was he was doing.
The judge described it as a violent rat pack attack, noting Knight kicked the victim at least once.
He has a history of violence, and I am concerned for those people that are out in the community that are potential victims of his assaultive behavior.
Suge sat fidgeting after the judge indicated it is his inclination to send him to state prison. Defense attorney Kenner says he is very disappointed.
I have trouble in not believing that what happened today is a reaction to the overall general animosity that appears to exist in the law enforcement community with regard to Mr. Knight's record label, Death Row Records.
His probation revoked, Knight faces a possible 9-year prison term. Now in county jail without bail, he awaits the judge's final sentence in February. So the remaining question at this point is how much time will Suge Knight spend behind prison bars?